I think Chris Tucker. Yeah. Even though I don't like him in the beginning.
The Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker. Oh, not. If I didn't know no better, I'd tell you he's the greatest.
First time I met him in William Morris' office, and he just keep talking. I just look at that guy. Why he keep talking?
Then watching you blow up from movie to the whole Rush Hour thing, and then it was like poof.
Yeah.
Where's Chris?
I wanted to do more. That wasn't enough for me.
An actor's career is like a roller coaster ride through the wild world of showbiz, filled with unexpected twists and turns. Whether it's a sports drama star, a model turned actress with a string of hits, or a former Disney Channel sensation, entertainment careers always keep us guessing and take folks to some pretty surprising destinations.
So he knows everybody. Like, I'm not even kidding. You can bring up a name. It doesn't matter if it's like Muhammad Ali, Paul McCartney, Jesus. You know, Chris is like, yeah.
There was a time in Chris Tucker's career when he reigned as the highest paid actor in all of Hollywood, pulling in an astonishing $25 million for his role in 2007's Rush Hour 3. Now, let's be real here. The third installment didn't quite live up to the sheer awesomeness of the first two Rush Hour films. And let's not forget, it couldn't even shine as brightly as the blooper reel from Rush Hour 2, which is a thing of pure beauty. What's more, he managed to snag top billing over the legendary Jackie Chan, who had been kicking butt in the industry for nearly 4 decades before their partnership in the first Rush Hour film. It's an eyebrow-raising feat by any measure.
I definitely prepared myself because I knew it was Jackie Chan. I didn't want to, let him down. I worked out, lift weights, ran, the first one.
However, word on the street is Jackie is suggesting Chris might have had ties to Jeffrey Epstein and Diddy as a handler. But here's the kicker. He's also hinting that Chris might have been forced into all of it. Well, it looks like Jackie wasn't just blowing smoke about Chris Tucker's ties to the controversial Epstein after all. The confirmation came straight from the horse's mouth, Chris Tucker himself.
You knew Jeffrey Epstein, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God.
We flew.
But the big question is, why is this even such a big deal? Well, here's why. Sure thing.
The day many high-profile figures may have been dreading has happened, as dozens of big names have been revealed in the first wave of late convicted offender Jeffrey.
Chris Tucker, the guy who starred in that record-breaking movie franchise? Well, he just up and left the entertainment biz without even a glance back. So, it turns out that Chris Tucker's decision to leave Hollywood might not have been solely about reaching the pinnacle of success, as we initially thought. According to Cat Williams, it seems that Tucker's success opened doors to a world of deep industry secrets that might have been too much for him to handle. Williams implies that these revelations were so unsavory that Tucker decided to step away.
These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen.
When most people think of Chris Tucker, they likely remember his stand-up comedy first and foremost, especially those who know him well. There was a time in Chris Tucker's career when he reigned as the highest-paid actor in all of Hollywood, pulling in an astonishing $25 million for his role in 2007's Rush Hour 3. Now, let's be real here. The third installment didn't quite live up to the sheer awesomeness of the first two Rush Hour films. And let's not forget, it couldn't even shine as brightly as the blooper reel from Rush Hour 2, which is a thing of pure beauty. What's more, he managed to snag top billing over the legendary Jackie Chan, who had been kicking butt in the industry for nearly 4 decades before their partnership in the first Rush Hour film. It's an eyebrow-raising feat by any measure. With CBS embarking on the small-screen adaptation of Rush Hour minus its original stars, it raises a curious programming trend that also includes the likes of Lethal Weapon, Training Day, and Cruel Intentions. For devoted fans of Chris Tucker like myself, it begs the question, how did we transition from Chris Tucker being the $25 million man to virtually vanishing from the entertainment landscape?
Back then, I never thought about doing sequels. I always wanted to do a good job and keep moving to the next movie.
To understand this intriguing metamorphosis, we must first delve into the meteoric rise of Chris Tucker. While the narrative of comedians transitioning into TV and movie stardom is a storied tradition like Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Ray Romano, and Amy Schumer, Tucker's story stands out in a league of its own. His journey commenced on HBO's Def Comedy Jam, where he was serving up jokes about Michael Jackson as a coke-sniffing pimp and speculating on why white folks might not vote for a black president in the year 1992, no less.
Michael called me on the phone.
Is this Chris Tucker?
said, yeah, who it is?
This was just the beginning of Chris Tucker's journey through the annals of comedy and entertainment, leading to his eventual ascent to Hollywood's pinnacle, followed by the fascinating twists and turns that would make him an enigma for fans and industry observers alike. But then, like a magician's vanishing act, he disappeared from the limelight, leaving fans and showbiz gurus scratching their heads, pondering, where on earth did Chris Tucker go? Apparently, Chris Tucker followed a path akin to his fellow Def Comedy Jam alumni, such as the beloved Bernie Mac and the endlessly entertaining Cedric the Entertainer. However, what set Tucker apart was the rapidity with which his stock soared. He transitioned from relatively minor roles in films like Meteor Man and House Party 3 Inches to a scene-stealing, star-turning performance as Smokey in the 1995 hit film Friday. While he never revisited the Friday series, it mattered not, for Chris Tucker had charted his unique and unstoppable course.
Do another Fridays, man, and I was just like, nah, I don't want to do another Fridays. I want to do like Eddie Murphy and them did. I want to do Money Talks.
The role of Skip in 1995's Dead Presidents was a significant showcase of Chris Tucker's acting range, demonstrating that he was more than just a comedic force. However, it was his prowess in action comedy, exemplified in films like Money Talks and The Fifth Element, that likely convinced New Line Cinema to entrust him with the 1998 blockbuster Rush Hour. This buddy action comedy paired Tucker with the legendary Jackie Chan, a dynamic duo that sparked comedic and action-packed brilliance. The financial success was undeniable, with the first film grossing an impressive $244.4 million at the box office, all while being produced for a modest $33 million budget. It was clear proof that Tucker's casting was a masterstroke. The momentum only soared with the release of Rush Hour 2 Inches in 2001, which reaped a staggering $347 million, and Tucker's star was shining brighter than ever. He was living large and seemed to have the world at his feet, with opportunities seemingly boundless.
And I always said, because I know my fans love the movie so much, they always bring it up. I said, well, if they come to me with a great script, great idea, I'll definitely consider it. But
So, the question that naturally arises is, why did it take 6 long years for Chris Tucker to return for Rush Hour 3? And perhaps even more puzzling, why did he seemingly do nothing else during that substantial hiatus? Did he demand outrageous perks? Was he a set-side troublemaker? Or just maybe, Tucker decided to take a unique route in showbiz that most performers can only dream of affording?
In other words, Chris Tucker knew, what shall it profit a man if he gains $12 million but loses his own soul?
The answer to this apparent hiatus is a complex one, and it stems from a combination of factors. While Tucker was enjoying a meteoric rise to stardom with the Rush Hour series and its lucrative success, he reportedly found himself at a crossroads. His desire for more substantial and fulfilling roles, as well as his personal and creative aspirations, led him to step back from the Hollywood spotlight. However, this break allowed him the freedom to explore other aspects of his life. He indulged in stand-up comedy, a passion that was never far from his heart, and embarked on globe-trotting adventures. Furthermore, Tucker embraced philanthropic endeavors and committed himself to personal growth and learning. This phase of self-discovery and self-reinvention was integral to his decision-making, which included taking a step back from film projects. So, despite being a global superstar, Chris Tucker's decision to leave the limelight has left many scratching their heads, including fans and fellow celebrities. The conversation has been buzzing on social media, with some speculating that Tucker simply had enough wealth from his previous projects and didn't need to pursue more. But according to Cat Williams, that's not the whole story. It seems Tucker came to realize that the Hollywood he once admired from afar was vastly different from the reality he experienced as a big-name star. This revelation likely played a significant role in his decision to step back from the industry. Some folks might be skeptical of Cat Williams given his history with controversy. However, what leans slightly in his favor is that the claims he made about Chris Tucker aren't entirely out of left field. They're rooted in published reports that involve some of the industry's biggest names and even broader global issues. So, while Williams might not be the most squeaky clean source, there's some substance to what he's saying that can't be easily dismissed.
40 of an expected 250 documents have been released so far, but Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Stephen Hawking, Donald Trump and Michael Jackson are already among the names made public.
Over the years, many have tried to warn us that the entertainment industry isn't all glitz and glamour, but rather something quite different behind the scenes. Often, we've brushed off these warnings as mere speculation. However, nowadays, it's becoming harder to ignore the mounting evidence confirming these stories. And in the midst of all these revelations, it seems Chris Tucker might have been privy to more of the industry's dark side than he let on. Tucker's journey to stardom was like a wild roller coaster ride full of highs and lows. It seems that Chris Tucker's departure from the spotlight was just as swift as his rise to fame. And according to Cat Williams, this might be linked to his exposure to the dark side of the industry. Williams suggested that Tucker had visited Jeffrey Epstein's infamous island, where Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell were reportedly running a sinister operation. In a recent viral interview on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay, Williams discussed the challenges of making another Friday movie due to the loss of several key cast members. However, he pointed out that while Tucker is still alive, he's not the same person he once was. Williams claimed that the Chris Tucker we see now is more like Epstein Island's Chris Tucker than the beloved character Smokey from the 1995 cult classic.
Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker. Not.
What lends credibility to Cat Williams' story is the fact that numerous high-profile names appeared in previously sealed court documents related to Epstein. These documents listed over 170 associates of the convicted S-offender. With such a significant number of names tied to Epstein's activities, it's not far-fetched to consider that someone like Chris Tucker, as claimed by Williams, might have been involved or at least associated with Epstein in some capacity. Moreover, reports suggest that even Diddy may have had connections to Epstein, but some people also suggest that he may have been forced to do all these things because he was never such a person. Following the triumphant release of the first Rush Hour film, Tucker made Hollywood history by securing a groundbreaking $20 million salary for Rush Hour 2, a figure that catapulted him into the ranks of the highest-paid actors in Tinseltown at the time. But he wasn't done there. For Rush Hour 3, Tucker's salary skyrocketed even further, reaching a staggering $25 million, coupled with a percentage of the film's profits. It's a reminder that the entertainment industry can pose challenges for those who undergo profound personal transformations. And it's a testament to Tucker's commitment to his principles that he chose to prioritize his faith and values above his career in those crucial moments. In 2014, Tucker said he would go to comedy clubs, and it's like, all right, how raunchy can you get? And it's really not that funny to me. What's funny to me is being creative and talking about stuff that I wouldn't have thought about. Additionally, a crucial motivation behind Tucker's hiatus was his aspiration for more substantial and meaningful roles in film. A 2015 interview with the LA Times spelled this out, with Tucker expressing that he wanted to get better. I want to do something that excites me, that is different and fun. That could explain why he chose to play Bradley Cooper's friend in Silver Linings Playbook, or why he was in Ang Lee's upcoming Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. Working with them helped me grow and be a better actor, he explains. Although he had relished the fame and financial success that accompanied his status as a movie star, he was driven by a profound yearning for roles that carried deeper significance. Tucker's artistic sensibilities and personal growth led him to seek out projects that could allow him to express his talents in a more profound and meaningful way, reflecting a desire to make a lasting impact through his work in the entertainment industry. This pursuit of substance and significance in his roles marked a pivotal chapter in his career and personal journey. I knew I didn't want to just make a whole bunch of money making movies that don't really mean anything. I knew it wouldn't make me happy, Tucker admitted during his interview with GQ. This pursuit of creative fulfillment fueled his decision to step back from the limelight. In a candid and revealing interview with GQ, Tucker shed light on this enigma. His hiatus, he clarified, wasn't an exit from the entertainment universe, but rather a shift in focus. The comedian and actor had been perpetually occupied with stand-up comedy gigs and globe-trotting adventures. During this time away from the big screen, he delved into humanitarian work, immersing himself in a world of philanthropy and social good. Additionally, Tucker embraced a deep commitment to learning and personal growth, making his hiatus a period of profound self-discovery. As the curtain lifts on the enigmatic journey of Chris Tucker, his narrative continues to evolve, promising further surprises and perhaps a triumphant return to the big screen that will thrill fans and cinephiles alike. Tucker explained, "I've traveled the world 10 times over. I've had relationships all over the world. I did a lot of humanitarian work all over the world, so I'm always busy, always learning and growing. going. Notably, he attended keynote speeches on various subjects, not as a paid speaker, but as an eager learner. Nevertheless, Chris Tucker's journey was not without its share of challenges. He confronted financial difficulties, and rumors circulated about him potentially losing his $6 million home in Florida, as reported by People in 2011. Reports indicated that comedian Chris Tucker was on the brink of losing one of his Florida mansions to foreclosure. The actor was reported to have accrued debts exceeding $4.4 million on the property, situated in Lake County, Florida. Hollywood had been in awe of Chris Tucker's talent and his box office appeal, and for a time, it seemed like he was at the zenith of his career. Offers were pouring in, and he was celebrated as a rising star with limitless potential. Yet, beneath the surface, Tucker was grappling with a sense of being typecast and confined. Success in Hollywood often comes with a price, one that many might not realize. While the public often believes that actors have control over their careers, the reality is quite different. Many actors find themselves at the mercy of powerful producers, directors, and studios. Tucker, too, was in such a position, constantly being inundated with offers for roles that, while playing to his comedic strengths, failed to explore the full spectrum of his abilities.
He liked Rick Ross too. He loved, sometimes he'd be going around the place. He'd be doing a song like, I'm like, what the hell was that?
Gossip columns began to buzz with rumors of Tucker refusing certain roles. He became discerning, turning down lucrative offers that didn't align with his vision of a diverse and meaningful career. Some in the industry labeled him as picky, while others saw it as an act of rebellion against being typecast. In 1995, Chris Tucker delivered a standout performance alongside Ice Cube in the classic film Friday. His portrayal of the character Smokey became immensely popular, but to the surprise of many, Tucker didn't reprise his role for the film's sequel, Next Friday, which was released 5 years later. During that time, Ice Cube stepped forward to clarify the reason behind Tucker's absence from the big screen as Smokey. After the resounding success of the first Friday film, there were discussions about Tucker returning for the sequel. However, he made the decision not to take on the role. During an interview with the Full Send podcast, the West Coast rap legend revealed how much Tucker passed up on, as well as the reasoning behind it. You'll hear 1,000 different stories, but we wanted to pay him $12 million to do that movie, and he turned it down, Ice Cube shared. He said it was for religious reasons, he continued. He didn't want to cuss, and he didn't want to smoke weed on camera. Although Ice Cube recognized Tucker's impact on Friday, he admitted that he's content with how everything ultimately worked out. But I'm glad he didn't do it because we wouldn't have Mike, he said. Mike, to me, is funnier. Integrity seems to be a core belief for Tucker. He recalled once stepping away from Hollywood despite being the highest paid actor at the time because he wanted to focus on providing humanitarian aid. As the years passed and Tucker's absence from the big screen persisted, speculation and curiosity grew. Fans wondered if he was planning a grand comeback, while critics questioned if he had lost his star power. One of his fans wrote, "And I firmly agree with Chris Tucker because most of the fans don't like him for leaving. But let's be honest and real, after filming Friday, he went on and started making $20 million per film, unlike Friday, where he only earned $11,000 or less." The truth was that Tucker was playing a risky game in an industry known for its fickleness. Hollywood had a history of pigeonholing black artists into stereotypical roles, perpetuating racial biases and limiting opportunities for authentic representation. It was as if they couldn't see beyond the color of his skin, denying him the chance to showcase the full extent of his talent. To add to fuel to these rumors, people are assuming that as Jackie Chan and Chris share a very, very good history of friendship, Jackie might have known what Chris was doing. Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker's chemistry in the Rush Hour films was an instant hit. Despite initial language barriers and Jackie's reservations about the first film, the series became a huge success, and their off-screen friendship endures to this day. What's more thrilling than a car in rush hour traffic? The unbreakable bond between Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker in the Rush Hour films. Their remarkable chemistry in this action-packed franchise has provided audiences with endless entertainment. But the road to success was filled with hilarious misunderstandings and unexpected detours. Let's take a scenic drive down memory lane. When Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker first met on the set of Rush Hour, the atmosphere was more tense than a high-speed chase scene. Chris Tucker, already a seasoned comedian, thought Chan didn't know English because he didn't say one word. This led to confusion and miscommunication, as reported by The Things. However, Tucker's comical attempts to communicate and his help with Chan's English pronunciation eventually broke down the barrier. Jackie Chan admitted, Chris Tucker's help led to more English-speaking roles opening up for the action megastar. Talk about a plot twist. Rush Hour wasn't just another movie for Jackie Chan, it was his big break into the American market. According to Yahoo, he was initially reluctant, telling his manager the film was terrible and even considering leaving Hollywood for good. Imagine his surprise when Rush Hour became a box office sensation in America. Chan realized that the American market is very different from the Chinese market, and the film's success changed the entire trajectory of his career. The friendship between Chan and Tucker lasted beyond the credits. Their on-screen partnership extended off-screen too. Chris Tucker's visit to Jackie Chan in China, complete with karaoke and a grand tour, is the stuff of buddy comedy dreams. Tucker spoke highly of Chan, saying he essentially owns everything in China, adding a personal touch to their larger-than-life relationship. Fans can buckle up for another wild ride. Rush Hour 4 Inches is in the works. Despite years of rumors, it's finally confirmed, and the dynamic duo is set to return to the big screen. With a track record of action, comedy, and undeniable chemistry, this sequel is sure to be a blockbuster hit. From linguistic roadblocks to blockbuster success, the journey of Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker has been nothing short of cinematic gold. Their undeniable chemistry, both on and off screen, is a testament to their talent, hard work, and enduring friendship. As we await Rush Hour 4, we can't help but celebrate the legacy of two icons who took a chance on each other and raced to legendary status. Their story proves that with the right partner, you can turn even the most challenging road into a thrilling adventure. However, their friendship caused speculations among many fans. After Chris's alleged friendship with Jeffrey was circulated, Jackie became the ambassador of UNICEF. Jackie Chan embarked on another unusual mission, visiting AIDS and landmine victims in war-scarred Cambodia in his new role as a UN Goodwill Ambassador. UNICEF and UNAIDS, which coordinates UN efforts to combat HIV and AIDS, hope Chan's immense popularity in Asia will raise awareness in a region that is rapidly becoming the new front line in humanity's fight against the deadly virus. I really want to stop the spread of HIV/AIDS virus and the discrimination against the victims of HIV/AIDS, Chan told a news conference in the Cambodian capital, Phnom Penh. On a 3-day trip to the Southeast Asian country, Chan also traveled to the northern province of Siem Reap, home to the famed 800-year-old Angkor Wat temples, to visit an AIDS project run by Buddhist monks and a landmine rehabilitation center. "We really need to protect Sea affected by landmines," the actor known in Cambodia as Chin Long told reporters. Chan met young people who had been T and were receiving help to recover from the suffering and distress caused by this multi-billion-dollar criminal enterprise. Every year, approximately 1.2 million young people are T worldwide. In Myanmar, Chan visited a vocational training center for T young people who had managed to return home but were in need of special care and support. He also traveled to UNICEF-supported projects assisting young people at risk of being T, including those without parental care and young people who were living and working on the street. He discussed how to effectively combat T with the Ministry of Social Welfare, Relief and Resettlement, and with members of Myanmar's police anti-T task force in Mandalay. In the lead up to the trip, Chan said, "T and EC are horrific crimes. They leave lifelong scars and rob C of their childhoods. C are not for sale. For the sake the world see, we must work hard to stamp out these damaging and criminal practices." T exposes young people to physical violence, SA, and grave emotional distress. In East and Southeast Asia, the T industry is fueled by demand for cheap or exploitable labor, commercial S with young people, adoption outside legal channels, and forcing women or girls into exploitative marriages. T is also closely linked to migration. Tens of millions of people migrate for work within their own countries and across borders in the region. When they are far away from their homes and support systems, families, and especially young people face an increased risk of being T. If youth have essential information and education on how to protect themselves, the risks of being T can be reduced. Jackie Chan planned to deliver messages about self-protection to young people in Myanmar during his visit. "It is very important that young people know how to protect themselves," said Chan. "Simple things, like knowing not to trust anyone who promises you a dream job in another country, never going to an unknown place alone, knowing your parents and your own full name and age, and being able to explain where you live helps C guard against T." Jackie Chan served as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador since 2004, using his celebrity status as a vehicle to promote humanitarian progress for the most disadvantaged young people. While people have speculated his sudden concern for all these things is very unusual, and he may have something to do with Chris and Jeffrey. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.